I've always thought that Alex Albon is a very talented driver. Ever since he joined Formula 1 back in 2019, driving for the Toro Rosso team, he was an absolute prodigy right from the start, and he really showed that he had serious speed in Formula 1. I still remember that drive from the pit lane to points in a Toro Rosso at the Chinese Grand Prix, which was like his second ever start in Formula 1. It was no wonder he got promoted to the Red Bull Racing team after just half a season, and it seemed as though after that, after he was dropped eventually by Red Bull, after the second seat curse of Red Bull reared its ugly head yet again, it seemed as though he was down and out, that he wouldn't come back to Formula 1 anytime soon. But he is a man reborn at that Williams team. He is now in his 4th season with the Grove outfit, and this for me has been without a doubt his best season in Formula 1. This is without a doubt the best performance he has put up so far. He is absolutely wiping the floor with his teammate Carlos Sainz. Of course, Carlos Sainz has been a bit unlucky at times. There has been some bad luck in there, and his qualifying pace overall still has been pretty good, albeit of course Albon's still coming out on top in that regard overall, and we shouldn't really be surprised. I don't think Sainz is a bad driver by any means. He's proven himself to be extremely consistent. He was known as Mr. Consistency back in his Ferrari and McLaren days. You could pretty much set your watch to the fact that he was going to get solid points no matter where he started on the grid. But Albon has just been proving how talented he is. Of course, he does have the advantage of being in the team for quite some time now, but even he does concur with that sentiment that it's been his best season in F1. He's not that far off of Kimi Antonelli, who is currently in 7th in the driver's standings, only 10 points behind him, who is in arguably a much better Mercedes. Of course, again, Antonelli inexperienced, he's a rookie, but still, that shows how good Albon has been. He's very much been the best of the rest in terms of the drivers that are not driving for a top 4 team that is consistently getting points. And it's been good points as well. 5th place in Australia, 5th place at Miami, 5th place at Imola, and a very credible 6th at the Belgian Grand Prix as well. He's still been scoring consistent points throughout this season. Whenever his car has been performing, he has also been performing well too. And even the driver himself, even the man himself, has been saying how good of a season it's been. Speaking before the Hungarian Grand Prix before the summer break, he said the following on his 2025 so far. He started by agreeing that it is his best season in Formula 1 to date, so far. But he did put a little asterisk there by saying there's still a long way to go this campaign, but if he keeps going like it has been doing, I think he can very much hold his head high. Before going on to say, I don't think it's been so different to my other years, but I feel like I've been consistent, taking my opportunities when I can, not making mistakes, which is always a good sign. And at the same time, I also have the car that allows me to score the points. I don't think that was necessarily the case when I first joined Williams, but nowadays we've made such big steps. I also feel confident in the car. It goes both ways. You drive better because the car is better to drive. You can push the limits more because you're confident the car is not going to snap on you, which I think was a big problem for them last season. They did seem to push the boundaries too much at times, Albon, Colapinto, and of course Sargent, but that was probably in a desperate attempt to make up for the lack of pace in that car too. And he's also praised all of the staff at Williams as well, who have really stepped things up and, in his words, optimised everything to do with the operations of the team. And of course, James Vowles, their team principal, has to take huge kudos for that. I think he's been a revelation. I think out of all the signings they could have made for the long term, keeping him at Grove is arguably more important than keeping Sainz and Albon there as well. But yeah, Albon in 2025, guys, how impressed have you been with him? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below as always. Like, share, comment, subscribe. As always, guys, and will Williams get 5th in the Constructors this season? That would show humongous improvement on what was a relatively disappointing 2024 campaign.